Hello, I'm Joe Rozak, a member of the League of Women Voters of Kitsap. The League of Women Voters does not support or oppose candidates and works to provide information about the candidates and issues before the voters. We are interviewing the candidates that will appear on your primary ballot, which you should receive in the mail around mid-July. We are asking them 3 questions. The candidates will have 90 seconds to answer each question. So let's get to know Mike Nelson. Mike, please take about 90 seconds to introduce yourself and tell us why you chose to run for the office of Bainbridge Island City Council District 3.
Hello, Joe. My name is Mike Nelson, and I'm running for Bainbridge Island City Council. I'm a fourth-generation Washingtonian, and I'm running to make sure that the beauty and special character of Bainbridge Island that exists now will still be here for my children. I'm running because I oppose the current City Council's plan to massively upzone Winslow and the surrounding area. To put it in perspective, we are to plan for population growth of about 18% over the next 20 years, but the current plan is pushing for about 45%. I think this plan will destroy the special character of the island, strain existing infrastructure, cause congestion, and increase taxes, all without meaningfully addressing housing affordability. Regarding infrastructure, I'm particularly concerned about whether we have enough water, the sewer system, which is tapped out, and the roads, which were not designed for this level of growth. I'm concerned about increased congestion and increased greenhouse gas emissions. I'm concerned about needed infrastructure upgrades leading to significant tax increases, and I'm concerned that this plan will not meaningfully address housing affordability. The plan will lead to at most 5% of units being affordable, and the rest will be market rate units. And studies have shown that adding this dense market rate housing does not meaningfully improve affordability. As far as my background and experience, 3 things. I'm an attorney. This is a position making laws, so I think that that's helpful. I've spent my career in public service as a state employee, and I'm a concerned citizen.
All right, thank you, Mike. Now for our first question. From your perspective, what are the most significant challenges Bainbridge Island City Council faces, and specifically, how will you address these issues?
Yeah, I think the most significant challenges are around planning for growth and then the issues of housing affordability. On planning for growth, I would first say that I don't think the debate should be whether you're for or against growth. I think it should be whether you're for responsibly planning for growth, and that's what I'm for. Again, as I said, we're to plan for 18% growth over the next 20 years. But according to the city's draft environmental impact statement, we can actually accommodate that level of growth without any changes to our current zoning. So I don't support changes to our current zoning. I think it's also important to note that the Growth Management Act isn't just about growth. There are actually 15 different goals listed in the statute. One of those goals is protection of the environment, which includes the availability of water. So while we're required to plan for growth, that's only one piece of the puzzle, Joe. My approach would be to slow down this comprehensive planning process until we have the full picture as far as our water supply. Then, assuming we have enough water, I would advocate for a comprehensive plan that plans for 18% growth, the growth we've been allocated, without changing our zoning. And then real quick on housing affordability, as I mentioned, the current plan will not meaningfully address housing affordability. The Planning Commission's own consultant said that if we want to build any meaningful amount of affordable housing, we need to do it ourselves. So we need to do more like the projects at the old police station. And I'll leave it at that.
Thank you. So on to question 2. Please describe how you envision community engagement with your direct constituents in the South Ward, as well as the rest of the island citizens.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a couple questions there. There's sort of the when and the where, and then there's the how. First, I think about the when and the where. My plan would be to have regular listening sessions at local businesses. I recently did this at Marketplace for my campaign, and I just thought it was this great opportunity to connect with members of the community, to talk to them, to listen to them, and to really get a sense of what matters to them. And I just think that having those sorts of regular check-ins with members of the community on kind of a one-on-one basis, I just don't think that can be replaced. So that's what I would do there. There's also the how, and I think this is also important. I think always respectful. right? I think we as a society, we need to learn to be able to disagree without being disagreeable, right? I think being able to listen in a non-judgmental way, right? Being open-minded, having open-mindedness. I think transparency is key. I think the only way the people will have trust in their government is if their government's transparent about what they're doing and why they're doing it. I think we always need to be solutions oriented. We can't forget that we're here to solve problems. And then finally, I think being responsive. I think you got to respond to members of the community when they reach out with a question or a concern, right? We're here to serve the people.
Okay, thank you. So one final question, Mike. What policy or policies will you support to ensure sufficient water supply now and into the future?
As I drink water. Bainbridge Island is designated as a sole source aquifer and gets all of its drinking water from groundwater. This means that we have a limited and increasingly stressed water supply. I think the most important thing regarding water will be to listen to the experts, to understand what the real situation is. And again, I would slow down this entire comprehensive plan process until we have a full picture of the water situation. I think in order to responsibly plan for growth, we need to know how much water we have so that we can understand how much growth we can actually sustain. So there were a number of things in the first draft of the city's groundwater management plan that I found concerning. I'm going to highlight one quote. It said, "The predicted groundwater level changes over a 100-year time frame do not meet the definition of sustainable yield due to measurable annual declines." I think we need to look into that a little bit more. But instead of taking a prudent approach, the current city council wants to put in place a plan of maximum growth without first addressing the water issue. And I think that's putting the cart before the horse. And then there's one other thing that's concerning me, which is the city council appears to be trying to gut the Environmental Technical Advisory Board, or ETAC. ETAC has been providing technical expertise and advice on the groundwater management plan. There are 8 positions, yet only 4 are filled. And right now, the city council is trying to push through a rule targeting one couple on that, trying to basically saying that no more than one person from the same household can serve on that committee. And it seems to be targeting these 2 people in particular. And I'll leave it right there.
All right, thank you. So thanks to you, Mike Nelson, for running for office and sharing your views with us today. I'm Joe Rozak. On behalf of the League of Women Voters of Kitsap, thanks for watching, and please share this video. Don't forget to return your ballot by 8 p.m. on Tuesday, August 5th.
Thank you, Joe.